This map first impressions video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Hello everybody and welcome back to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Südhemmern, or Südhemmern. Yeah. Okay, this map here. This was a rather popular map in Farm Sim 17. It went through many iterations, and well, by the time I started doing map videos, this map was a very busy map with a ton of extra crops, ton of production, and I never really got around to doing a video on this map, mostly because I felt I never could actually do it justice, because it felt like one of those maps where you had to play it for like 100 hours before you really figured out everything that was going on. And I just didn't have the time for that. But now is a perfect opportunity to hit this map up because it is a basic farming map. We don't have extra crops. We don't have extra production. We have just got the base map in its wonderfulness. So, let me read you a bit of the description, which, by the way, can be found over at modhoster.com. There is a link in the description below. It says, for the new year, I present you Südhemmern. That's what we're going to call it. Or LS19. The main courtyard is equipped with warehouses for all types of fruit, straw, grass, and hay. There is also storage facilities for manure, liquid manure, and milk. Cows, pigs, sheep, and chickens are all outsourced to the horse farm. We'll take a look at that. You can also buy seed and fertilizer at the main farm for a discounted price. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and leave those checked, and let's pull it up. One thing I will note when we get in here is that all three play modes are the same with respect to your starting equipment and the placement of the buildings. Okay, so I would like to see maybe in a later iteration, we are looking at version 1.0, that when you start with Farm Manager or start from scratch, that you don't start with equipment and you don't start with maybe all the animal areas and maybe some of these buildings put down. I can understand where some of these buildings need to stay because they are special purposed silos and storage facilities. But I would like to see a little bit different between the different game style modes, because right now everything is the same. So here is the PDA. Zoom out a little bit. And let's go to the land section, and you'll see what we start out with. We start out with field 14, 9, and 10, and then this large courtyard here, which is the main farm area. Now, what I don't understand is in the description, it basically says that they're outsourced, all the animals are outsourced to the horse farm, which I must be missing something in translation, because they're all owned by us at the outset. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. We do not start with any animals in any of those areas, but we do start with all of the pens. On New Farmer mode, we also start with crops in our silos. I will note that on Start from Scratch, at least, we do not start with anything in the silos. So that is good to hear. We also have many sell points for most of our crops, as well as 2 sell points for milk and eggs. We have 1 sell point for cotton and wool. One sell point for wood chips, and a couple sell points for hay, straw, and grass, and silage. Biogas plant is not apparently a facility that we can purchase. It's the biogas. Looked at the map earlier. Okay, it's up here. So the biogas plant is not a purchasable area. Okay, and speaking of purchasable areas, let's take a look at some of those areas now. So we've got areas as small as like 16, which is only $82,000. Then we have large areas like Field 2, which is $570,000. We have a grass meadow, $242,000, or grass meadow 1, which is $381,000. Got some forestry areas up here that we could pick up. We do have a horse paddock is a buyable area, but we do have chickens, pigs, cows, and 2 pig enclosures. Sheep, pig, cows, and chickens down here at the main farm. So I'm thinking the way that the description is meant, it's meant that the cows, pigs, sheep, and chickens are at the main farm, but the horses are outsourced. So it's just a grammatical thing where there's a comma there that makes you lead to believe maybe it's another way around. Taking a look at the different areas here. Okay. And we have our standard crops, as I said at the intro, on this map. In later iterations, I suspect they're going to go crazy with extra crop types. Like on 17, there were things like carrots and onions and peanuts and cabbages and tomatoes, and oh my gosh, it just went on and on and on. There were specific harvester packs that you had to use. It was quite an involved map to fully understand. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and start to explore the starting equipment, and then we'll take a look around the main farm. We start out with 2 tractors, the Fendt 313 Vario and the 6230R John Deere, ranging horsepower from 138 to 280. You got the Rottle Smash harvester with a pair of AgriLiner trailers, the grain header, and a row crop header. We've got a potato harvester, potato planter, got a plow, cultivator, the small Amazon seeder, and planter. And then we've got the Kuhn fertilized spreader, rear Kuhn side mower, Ottinger windrower, Strauderman forage wagon. John Deere's got the loader arms. And for the loader arms, we've got a bucket and a pallet fork. That is the starting equipment. So let's take a look around. So here we are at our starting point. And let's just make our way around the map here. We do have animated doors here. You just walk up to the door and left click and they slide open. Some of our starting equipment in here. Got lights. Not seeing any light switches, so I am assuming that the lights just come on automatically at night. Harvester. Double folding door there. Lots of these doors are going to be opening up for us. Here we have, and lots of the stuff is labeled. Here we've got storage for straw, grass, and hay. You've got your intake and your out pipe. Where cultivator and plow and loader arms and whatnot are stored at the start. Lots of building storage for a growing fleet of equipment. Over here we have the seed, lime, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide fill triggers, and these are supposedly discounted according to the description. There are also fill triggers down at the main shop or at the store. Those apparently are full price. We also have storage for manure, liquid manure, and milk here. Now, this is a little concerning that all of this stuff is right close together, I mean, I don't know if I would really want to be storing my milk right next to the pile of poo, but the detail on the poo pile, at least on the walls, is pretty nice. There, that is storage. We're going to come around here to our chicken area. Obviously, where we're going to buy our chickens. Go ahead and put a couple down just to see them show up in here. We have our chicken area. We've got our feed trough. We have the pig area. Is the straw trigger. And the whole map is split right there down the line with a canal. And it looks like we got some animated boats moving down there. We'll take a look as we go over the bridges at those a little bit closer. So the pig area here, we've got our water trough and our feed trough. Of course, around the corner, we've got our manure and liquid manure area. Now this is a little disgusting. I mean, I don't know. You don't want to be walking through that. Let's just avoid. Where we're gonna buy our chickens, or not our chickens, but our pigs. One, since we're not loaded up into a super rich game save with lots of money. That is that area. Here we've got our cows. Our straw will go in here. Then we've got our feed trough, milk, manure, slurry, and here we have a silo. Not sure what this silo is for. I didn't really try it out. Looks like it's just decoration. So there are no triggers associated with the silo, so it is just there for decoration. I could imagine at some point when we have fabric script or M company script, this would be a fermentation silo for silage. But until we have those things, this is just decoration. Placeholder probably for silage fermentation. Run on over here. Probably have our trigger for water and to deliver our cows. Cow delivery. There she is. It's the water trigger along the river. Comes some barges. Yep. Cool barges. Making their way up and down the canal, the waterway. Pretty cool. So down here we've got our sheep, our water trough, feed trough, delivery point, and our sheep wool pallet spawn point. Sometimes you just need to slow down and get the words out. Let's head on back over here to the farm. There's some other cool things here I want to show you guys. Got silage bunkers here for the cows. Let's go ahead and make sure that those pop up. Yep. Got a workshop here at the main farm. Oh, that building, that door does not open. Go. Here we have storage for sugar beets, potatoes, and cotton. Interesting. I don't know how you're going to put cotton in here when cotton comes in bales. Is a bit odd, but okay. I might want to try that out and see what's going on with that. Now, we've got over here, we've got a silo for storage. We're storing silage, chaff, sugarcane, cow food, and pig food. So we're talking about mixed rations here. And you've got your fill trigger there, and then under this plate, you've got your dump. Let's come over here, hit the open button, and it will lift up, and now you can dump into there. You want to close it, just click there and close for you. I do need to admit that this I did not actually notice on my first go around, or I would have looked up and tried to figure out what these words are. Let's see if we can figure this out here momentarily. Just give me a brief moment to look this up. Feed haul mix. What that sign says. And this delivery, and this must be get it out, I guess. But I'm thinking none of this works. I don't think any of this works at the moment. Simply because we do not have fabric scripts or anything yet in the map. Remember, this is a convert of a pretty heavily, a pretty production heavy map. So I think that is kind of a placeholder for future. So over here it's pretty cool. We have racks that we can use for our headers. Okay, so we can put our harvester header here and put it up out of the way. The way this works is we've got 4 consoles. Just come up here and hit the trigger, and it lowers the rack down. Hit it again, and it raises. This one controls that one there. These are good for our corn headers that fold. Then we've got 2 long ones for our grain headers, and those triggers are over here. So that's pretty cool. And then we've got our main storage silo here for wheat, barley, canola, maize, oat, soybean, and sunflower. Hit the button, gate goes up. Hit it again, we gate come down, and our fill trigger is right there. That, guys, is basically the main farmyard. Like I said, the main farmyard is the same regardless of which difficulty level you start out with. You have a farmhouse that is right here. Or a little bit of the farmhouse. And we come into the bedroom, we get our sleep function. Get sleep. No, we don't get the sleep function if we go into the kids' room. Guest room. We only get the sleep function if we go into the master. Be closing the. The interior of this house, we've seen this house before in 17 and various iterations of Farm Sim before that. Alright, so let's get our Gator, or not, oh my gosh, let's get our Mahindra and tool around the map. Got our shop here. Got our shop icon. We got our customize and repair trigger right here. Fuel point. Let's do our signature zoom out and just take a bit of a glance around the map at this zoomed out level. Where we are with respect to the main farm is behind us. See that shortly. So there's the main farm silo. Storage buildings are behind us. All right. So let's take a look and figure out where we might want to go. So let's got two shop icons. That's very interesting. Multiple animal dealers, so we'll have to go check them out. Maybe it's set up to where you have to go to a specific dealer to get a specific animal type. That would be rather interesting. Guess let's head out this way and make our way. It's kind of around the map in a clockwise direction. Got our first sell point here. EDEKA. Itka. Yes. Sell trigger is around back. Be a grocery store of some sorts. Here is our dump. That sell point. We got a cool food truck here. People just conversing outside the store. Alright, let's make our way over here to the second shop. Trying to figure out what's going on with that. Field 3, looks like it's planted in grass. As I said, I'm expecting this map to go through many iterations in the future. I'm not going to be doing map videos on every iteration, simply because of the fact that there's probably going to be, I don't know, a whole lot of iterations. I mean, a whole lot. Here we are. Buying station for all fruits, all goods. This is a water under there. This is a this is apparently where you can come and buy crops. Interesting enough. So if you have, let's say, horses and you don't have an oat field, looks like you come here and buy yourself some oats. That's what that store icon is for. It'd be nice to have that type of an old tractor here in the game. Around here a little bit, kind of at the ground level. Got a fuel trigger. And we've got our first animal dealer over here, which appears to be for cows. Just like I thought. Large pig enclosure. Let's check chickens. No? Like this is more of a universal dealer. That may be something that is left over from 17, where there were different animal dealers for different animal types. But in this iteration, it looks like maybe all the animal dealers are going to basically be dealing with all of the different animals. Let's head on over here and check out the horse area. And lots of these structures which look like they probably do something, are probably placeholders for when this map gets revised and has more functions to it. Here is the horse farm map alluded to. Let's take a look at it. So we got some static horses in here. A large horse paddock here. Feed trough, water trough, and I'm trying to figure out where the buy point is. Yes, or the delivery point. Not coming up for me. I'm running around here hitting the R button. Nothing's coming up. That is the trigger for the gate. Oh, this is probably for straw. No, that is for the horses. Okay. So we have to deliver the horses over here to this open stall. Interesting enough. And then they come over here. I'm not really sure where the straw trigger is. It might also be over here. We will find it somewhere else. It's right here. No. I'm thinking the straw trigger is also here, but you're going to have to experiment on your own. That is a pretty cool custom custom horse area. Sure. All right, let's make our way around. This looks like this will take us up into one of the forested areas. Got a really cool... This looks like it's a really cool area over here to the left. This area in here looks pretty neat. I did not mess around too much with the 17 version of this game, or this map, but this looks like it's been set up to be some type of animal production. Well, actually, this is perfect for eggs. This would be perfect for the chickens, I think. This may have been a chicken house of some sorts in the 17 iteration. Chickens are in these things, and then that would be pretty cool. Be pretty cool indeed. Like I said, I think this was probably a production area in 17 that is just here as, again, another one of those placeholders for when the various scripts are going to be available for 19. Got another dealer over here, which I'm sure is going to work. This is like the setup sheep. Sure, this will let us get anything we want. Large horse paddock. So it looks like that custom horse area is the equivalent of this, which says it will hold 16 horses. That was a question I kind of had in my own head, was how many horses are we going to be able to put into that that custom area? It looks like it's going to be 16. Just head over here to the next sell point. Next sell point are at Landi. Here, except most of our standard crops, with the exception of oat. And around the back, I think, unless there's a different Landi, I think this is where there are fill triggers for... No, I'm not seeing it. There's a different one. Description kind of implied that there were fill triggers for other places on the map for seed and fertilizer, but they were at full price and not discounted. Got a couple more sell points over here. Shell, so that is clearly a it's clearly set up to be a refinery in the 17 version of the game map. Have our sugar beet cell point, so this is probably going to take sugar beet and maybe even sugar cane. Yes, indeed. Then we have clatter work, which is going to be set up to buy what? Stink water. Clatter work is like a sewage treatment facility. Got some pretty cool animations going there, and well, this is, I guess, where you dump your stink water. Right. Let's see here. Go this way, and then we will. So we have one more cell point and the BGA to hit before we make our way to the southern side of the map. There is a lot going on, and this is just a simple farming map at this iteration. When it gets fully updated with all the other stuff that's going on, this will keep you busy for quite a long time. Another cell point there. Oh no. Oh, look at that cool train. A lot going on here. Alright, let's see here. I think the BGA is this way. Head on down here. Full speed ahead. You have road signs scattered around to help us with our directions. Right here. GA is straight ahead. Oh, it's this BGA. This is a pretty cool one. Seen this design a few times in some 17 maps. Got our bunkers up here. Okay. Got our cool flamage going on, like our overburn or whatever you want to call that. Got our digestate trigger right here. And then we can basically dump our wares into the digester right there and do our business. This one's got lower level. Look at that. This one's got a lower level, and there was some 17. You could kind of explore down here a lot. It might have been a little bit simplified for 19 at this point, but we've got storage down here. 17, these doors opened. Get into them. Like we can do that here. This BJ design is pretty cool. Is that train again, or is that a different one? I think that's the same one. All right, let's see here. I think it's time we yep. Make our way down across the river. Thankfully, there's not too much more going on down there. We won't be too much longer, guys. Whoa! Disaster! Disaster has fallen upon us. We don't take those. Take that river crossing with some speed. Again, we got more facilities here where we're going to probably have production come up later on. Train. Got our another animal dealer over here to the left. We're not gonna bother with that one because, well, I have to say they're all gonna look a little bit different, but they're all pretty much set up the same. Go over here and check out this buy point. Got two buy triggers close to each other, so we can't really see what they're called. Looks like there is one for hay, straw, and grass, and maybe one for milk here at the Supreme Milk Plant. We have Emo Ag and Emo Ag 2. So Emo Ag is going to accept our milk and sugarcane, root crops and other crops, and Emo Ag 2 is set up for our hay, straw, and grass and silage. Okay. There we go. We got a dump point here. And then it looks like we have a trigger indicator right here for our hay, straw, and grass sub point. Okay. Make our way across the channel. Emo Ag LS13. So I wonder if this map first found its way to us in Farm Sim 13. And we've gone through iterations in 15, 17, and now 19. Barge is coming. Oops. Hit a side retaining wall. So we've got a garden center here, which is another sell point. Or maybe slurry, liquid manure. Garden center is indeed a sell point for stink water and digestate. We now see a sell point that will buy digestate. Yep, that's it. Saw the other dump there and I thought, well, maybe it also accepts crops, but nope. No crops are accepted here. Let's make our way down here to the, what I'm guessing is the sawmill. Make our way. This way. Whoa. Across the river. Another waterway. We're down here. We might as well check out this BHKW off in the corner. What is this? Is this interesting facility? Whoa, what is going on here? This must be like a bioheating plant where we maybe bring straw and stuff to burn, maybe wood chips. Hay, straw, and grass. It's a loose hay, straw, and grass point. We dump those in there. And wow, we got... Stay away before we burn ourselves. All right. Oh. Let's go first person and just run across the south side of the map real fast. It's a tree-lined road anyway, so this will make sure that we don't end up running into traffic or anything. Since the Mahindra is fairly quick, this will make pretty quick work of everything. More stuff down here that I'm sure will get added functionality once scripting is caught up. Okay, we gotta figure out how to get up there. Some junked cars. Oh. We have an all-terrain vehicle to go all-terrain. This is bioheating plant. BHKW, bio heating kilowatts probably. And they take wood chips. Over here. Now we'll figure out how we should have gotten here. As opposed to how we did get here. Oh, this is an interesting, look at that. While we're up here, let's just take a look across. Across the way. If you're somebody that is into production, this is a map to basically keep an eye on and keep checking back because it will get updated, I am sure, to include all kinds of production capabilities. Just got the grain mill, Hoffen, and the spinnery left to check out. There's another animal dealer, but again, with this iteration of the map, they're all letting you buy the same animals. So there isn't much point in having multiple dealers. But I'm sure that might be something that gets corrected and versioned later on. Here we have kind of the port. Interesting to see how these boats turn. Hoffen. Point right here. All right, now let's go ahead and hit the grain mill and the spinnery. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think of the map itself here. Did you play on this map in 17, 15, or even 13? Because I'm assuming that this map was around in 13 based on what was on the side of that one building a little bit ago. Are you into production maps? Or are you into just basic farming maps? I can tell you before Seasons came out, I was into production because I got kind of tired of just what I call the turn and burn. Just you know, the constant flipping of fields, harvest, plant, harvest, and plant. And production gave me that that diversion away from the typical turn and burn type environment. Then Seasons came out, and I kind of lost interest in production, simply from the standpoint of the fact that to play Seasons, you really needed to play, in my opinion, at a clock speed of something other than 1x, and production at high clock speeds basically cause you to production facilities to output too quickly. And you ended up just unloading pallets all the time, or the production facility sat idle a lot of the time because the pallet was full and ready to go. So I kind of at that point lost interest in production, and only gained more interest back into production when the economy multiplayer concept came out. So here is our spinnery for buying and selling, or not selling, not buying, but for selling your wool and cotton. When the economy gameplay came out for 17 with the farm manager mod, production came more of a of an interest because you could basically buy and sell products to people that owned different factories and whatnot. So guys, let me know what you think of this map. Again, it can be found over at modhoster.com. And if you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe. We're going to be doing map videos for a long time to come as more and more maps start coming out here in the near future. We also have plenty of mod reviews out there for really cool and interesting implements and scripts for Farm Sim. We also do live streams and recorded series, play series on Farm Sim 19. So guys, until next time, happy farming.